Hey guys, NielVTEC here, and today I'll be showing you how to replace your headlight wiring harness on your car. More specifically, I'll be replacing on this Toyota Yaris year 2008. It's going to be the same steps for almost every other car. Maybe for your car it might be a bit different. Just search it up before tackling this job. So in this specific car, one of the running light was working on the passenger side, while on the driver's side it wasn't working for a very long time, but it's a problem that I ignored since I don't really need it. But in the last couple of weeks, the turn signal ended up not working, which is a bigger problem. I couldn't let other drivers on the road know or whenever I'm turning. But yeah, today I'll be showing you how to replace your wiring harness on your headlight. There's a lot of ways to do this. The one I'll be showing you today is the quickest, efficient way to do it. So the first thing you want to do is obviously open the hood and turn the wheel depending on which headlight you're going to be working on. For example, I'll be working on the driver's side, and so I turn my wheel all the way to the passenger side. But if the headlight you're going to be working on is the passenger side, then you're going to turn your wheel all the way to the driver's side. I just want you guys to visualize so you guys have an idea on what you guys are going to be working on. But this is the clip that this is going to be replacing with. All you need to do is just dismantle all three connectors right here. So this one is already here, so that's pretty easy to do. But these two right here, you just need to counterclockwise and remove it from the bottom, and the running light as well. Just an important information for you guys out there. This whole kit right here was going to cost me $50 without the bulbs on Rock Auto. I ended up going to my local junkyard, which cost me $10 to get. The tools we'll be using today is literally just a pick and just some plastic like this. That's gonna help you remove plastic trims a lot easier and prevent you from breaking your plastic. So the first step is probably gonna be removing the clips. In my case, most of the clips are already removed on this car, but there's gonna be one clip right here that's kind of missing on this car right here. Honestly, I think that's all the clips that you need to remove because you can kind of just bend it. If you want to make it a lot easier, there's a clip under here that you can remove. And there's also going to be a clip right here that I'm going to be showing you guys how to remove. All you need to do is just take out the head. So yeah, I'm going side to side and you guys see how easy it is to remove. But if you use a plier, you're probably going to break the whole thing. So just keep that in mind. Clips, one of which was missing on this car. As you guys can see, there's going to be a bolt right here that's going to be a 10mm. You don't need to remove it just because you have enough space, but in this case I'm going to be removing it just because I want to be able to show the whole thing more properly on the video. Alright, the bolt wasn't turning, so I think it's too rusty to turn it and kind of too lazy to remove the bolt at this point, but I'm going to be showing you guys what you're going to be needing to remove inside. Those are the two that you need to remove in counterclockwise with your fingers. Just like that. The other one might be a lot harder just because of how small your area of work is, but if you're skinny like me, you should be able to do it with no problem. So just like that, the running light and the turn signal. So we're going to be going up in the hood. So now the two bulbs down there are out. Now we're just going to be needing to work on this one and seeing how we can remove it. So on the new part, there's this clip underneath there that we're going to need to lift to be able to move it. As you guys can see, mine is already kind of out just because I already started preparing to take it out just because I know how rusty it is. So what I do, I kind of twisted it. So just with a pick, just like this, lift it. The plastic part that I told you guys to lift, pull it out. Should be how easy it is to remove. The bulb that we removed down there is here. Unclip this, pull this down. As you guys can see, it moves when I press it. But in many cases out there, the plastic's not going to be good anymore. It's because of how old it is. So with a pick again, just pull it down yourself and just pull it out with the help of someone. Right, just like that. If we look back in the old metal that I kind of worked on, as you guys can see, it's bent. I would probably wire brush this if I were you guys. I wouldn't, kind of in a lazy mood right now. Bend it on the way that you guys want it to be bent and put back the new part that you guys are going to be installing. Clip this back in with a new piece. You heard the click. Make sure you hear the click. If not, I'd be more anxious if I were. Now you go down, look at your two bolts. I would install the small one first, the running light, just because it's a lot harder to install than the other one. On the head, there's different indents in them, so just try to put it on the right or you're doing a puzzle. Okay. Put the running light in, and now just the turn signal slip. You hear the click. Unbend your plastic trim, align it with the hole, get your plastic bolt. The plastic bolt that you should put, it's gonna be around here. This car is missing it, so I won't put it back. So now I'm gonna make sure that it works and hope for the best. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know it's scary to work on the wires on the car, but honestly, this is probably one of my easiest jobs that I worked on on a car, I would recommend you to go to your local junkyard to save a lot more money. Probably save $40 Canadian dollars. And yeah, just keep in mind, probably ended up rusting just because the headlight was accumulating water inside, and every other couple of months I would need to like unbolt my turn signal, and a lot of water would come out. And yeah, probably over time the water kept going inside just because the placement of the turn signal on our Yaris is just like this. It's vertical, and so the water would just go inside in the metal and probably throughout all the wiring, destroying all the harness. So yeah, in that case, just keep that in mind. Keep maintaining your car, and so you won't have to deal with a problem like this. In other cars, if you have any other questions, maybe I can help you out. Just send me pictures, leave a comment down below, and I'll try my best to help. But yeah, if this helps you out, this helped a lot of you guys out, leave a like and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.